What's up, everybody? This is Kenny Cummins here of Chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. You know I got to bring you the interviews when it comes to these local artists because that's how I do, support local music to the fullest. And joining me at this time is a hip-hop artist out of Lexington, Kentucky. And the first time I seen this dude was about, I think, a few weeks back, maybe slightly a month back. Cosmic Charlie's. He was one of the opening acts for the Mike Jones show. And the dude can spit. He's got all the energy and everything. He's got new music on the way. He's got new projects on the way. He goes by the name of Scotty Frys. He's with me right now. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Kenny? Appreciate all the kind words, for real. How you doing, brother?
Doing real good, man. Thank you so much for taking the time and doing this interview, man. Appreciate it.
Nah, same to you. I appreciate you, man.
So, before we get into your career getting started and what you have coming up, I want to go back to the Mike Jones show. It was at Cosmic Charlie's, another opening act. His name is Knowledge, and he's got his DJ Fu. I'm friends with those two guys, so I was there to support them. And then I see you perform for the first time. You did your thing out there. And you really got the crowd chanting with the Mike Jones chants. Having said all that, what was it like being part of that show and the vibe that you got from the crowd that night?
It was just an honor, nothing short of that, honestly. To perform for an act like that, someone who has such notoriety, was just a really big opportunity. And the guys who put on that show, Trifection Entertainment, they've been working really hard to put on a lot of acts in Lexington, bring on new acts from other areas and well-known established artists to come here and really help the music scene kind of bubble up as it should, because we got a lot of people that deserve that recognition as well. But Juan and Eric, the two guys that run that, did a great job. And for the show, I mean, everyone was really excited in there to see Mike. I was born in Texas, so growing up and having that familiarity with his reputation as just a legend in the music scene is nothing short of an honor, like I said, to open that up.
Wow, that I did not know. You born Texan, huh?
Mm-hmm.
What city?
I was actually born in Austin, so I was born down close to UT. But my dad was down there, and I moved up to Lexington when I was 2 because he got a position at UK, professorship teaching some geology. And Houston and Texas in general is such a big influence on hip-hop. When I found out that Mike was coming to Lexington, I was just planning to go as a fan anyway. I was really excited. And about 10 days before the show came along, I got a call from Juan, and he asked me if I wanted to open up for it. So it was the first person he got out about opening up for it. And that was just the biggest honor to me. And he done that because he just heard some of my new stuff and really was vibing with it. So I was excited to showcase that. And then Mike was in agreement that he really liked it too, so that was just all the praise I needed and validation, for real.
One thing I appreciate about Mike Jones is here's a guy who's had success, and for while I met him in person after the show ended, very humble dude, very down to earth, for a guy who has accomplished a lot over the course of his career. Doesn't think highly of himself too much. He definitely appreciate the support, and people who still follow his career even after, Who Was Mike Jones came out, and then Back Then, and it's Still Tipping, and the plethora of songs that he did on his set that night. He was a very cool dude. So we definitely appreciate him bringing that Texas flavor into Lexington and you as well. It was a good night overall. Definitely.
Yeah, and I actually told him on the first project that I ever dropped back in 2014 that it's Auto Infamy and Empathy. And the first song actually had a line referencing Still Tipping, and never in my mind did I imagine I would be opening for Mike or anything like that. But his reputation is so solidified. There are certain artists that just kind of have that status where it's songs that are timeless. I mean, he has songs with Bun B and Snoop, and I got to meet him before the show, chilled him backstage, smoked a couple, and I mean, just not even pretentious in the slightest. Like, humility is something that is very easy to spot, but not easy to carry. And he really just showed himself well. And even when I was chilling backstage with him, he was just texting his girl, seeing what she was up to. She had like some stomach issues, her back home, and he was still worried about her, but focused doing his thing and balanced out. It's like certain people are just so down to earth. You get that perception from seeing them on screen. You wouldn't think they're like that. And it's just that reaffirming notion that everyone is really similar.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to Mike Jones. Shout out to Knowledge. And shout out to DJ Fru for
Yes, sir.
a hell of a good night in Cosmic Chili's. Now, on to you. You got a lot of music in the works. You even have a new album coming real soon. Talk about this new album, what you've been working on, and what can people expect?
This project's called New America, and it's been a long time coming and worked on, but I feel like it's better to do things right than to do things quickly. I don't want something that's kind of fly by night and will be forgotten. So I put in a lot of work to this, and after that initial tape I dropped 2 years ago, I just was tirelessly working, making a lot of stuff. I kind of separated it into two different projects, and the first of those is this one, New America. And sonically and just content-wise, it fits very well, but I think it's something that a lot of people are going to resonate with and hear things in there that not only do they appreciate, but in the circumstance of day-to-day, it's going to hit them in a certain way, and they're really going to know there's someone else out there that kind of connects. And I feel like that's what music does at its best. You can still turn up and vibe with it, but those moments where you hear what someone's saying, you know, dead on what they're feeling in that moment, that's something that's just undefinable and really is the extra element that I love in music so much, for real.
I've got a chance to listen to your recent stuff through SoundCloud, I believe it was, and I definitely dug the tunes. I definitely vibed off the tunes as well. I know, and shout out to the Lexington hip hop community in general, because there's a lot of talented dudes out there, and you brought up a very good point, because I get it from a fan's perspective. Like, we enjoy music, and once we hear that one song, we want to hear more. But I guess people just don't understand that it takes time to put these songs out. It takes multiple takes.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of money with studio time, and if you collaborate with a producer and another artist, that's more money. Like, you know, these songs don't come out for free, you know. So obviously, you want to make sure that these songs that put out, you put them out right. You know, no matter how many takes it takes.
Even for me, I've invested that time and that money into it, and that's the unforeseen cost that a lot of people don't understand. But if you don't want it to sound like you're recording in a closet or doing it low budget, then you got to pay for it and the quality. And I was fortunate. I've been recording with the same engineer pretty much for the past 5 years since I really started recording. We have a lot of familiarity, but it went from recording in a closet to him going to school, getting a recording arts degree, and having his own professional grade studio with a lot of equipment, close to over $30,000. And I mean, he's just every Christmas, birthday, looked to invest in the studio and built it up. But you got to have that passion, that drive, and understand if you're not willing to spend money to make money and to invest in yourself, then you can't get there, you know. It's easy to just get distracted and want to turn up and things like that, but if you spend towards your artistic goals, and it's beneficial in the end. And these projects I'm putting out, I'm just releasing them for free, because I feel like good music transcends, and if people hear it and like it, then I'll have more opportunities, and that'll open doors for me. I'm not trying to tax people. I'm trying to have people hear the message and spread it, and I definitely think that'll happen.
So do you have like a leading single that people should keep an eye on?
There's a single out right now on SoundCloud, and it's called Late Nights. And you referenced the name Frys, but it's Frys. That's Scotty with an S too. But if you search that Scotty Frys and Late Nights, you can find it on SoundCloud. And there's an accompanying video, not for that, but for another track on the tape that's coming in the next probably 2 weeks at the most. It's just getting finished up right now. But when that comes, I'm going to put that out and have the tape drop shortly after that.
Most definitely. I'm definitely keeping an eye on that for sure. So as you draw near the release of this album, do you have any upcoming shows, upcoming performances you have coming up?
Not any plan as of right now for the summer. I need to get some lined up, and I have fortunately a good network of friends and people that are always looking at booking and doing things like that. So the opportunities are there. But when it comes to that, I'm just trying to have that expansion opportunity, doing more shows, pushing different regions, from Cincinnati to Knoxville, Atlanta, everywhere else. And I'm pretty fortunate. I've got a well-connected social media, which is a good thing to have, and not in a braggadocio way, but from a lot of different areas, even in Canada where I got some family, I got people listening. So being able to have it spread in a lot of different sections is a good thing for getting the word out.
New America is the name of the new album from Scotty Frys, coming out real soon. Be on the lookout for it. And, there is. And you can also listen to his previous work as well on SoundCloud and on Bandcamp as well. You also have a Bandcamp page.
And I need to get all that stuff up on YouTube. That's the form people still seem to be using the most, and I kind of neglected on putting the previous tape up on YouTube. But yeah, you can catch it on SoundCloud and elsewhere. And I got to give a shout out to DC Photography, who I was very fortunate and lucky to work on this video with. My friend Levin Kademan as well, Trip from Honor Roll Gang. He put in a lot of good work on this footage, and got some drone footage too from my friend Dean, who's a student at UK as well. And there's just some really talented people in all sorts of artistic fields and avenues in Kentucky. And I don't even think the state gets a bad rap. I just think it doesn't have a spotlight that adequately covers all the avenues that we're doing. And from radio to print to everything else, there's just good stuff bursting up everywhere. And for music, Bryson's definitely blowing the door open, so people are definitely looking for what's next.
I guess as it pertains to Kentucky hip-hop musically, when they think of Kentucky music, they think, I say, rock, pop, country, or whatever. But there's a lot of talented hip-hop artists, not just in Lexington, but all over central Kentucky. And I guess people think of Kentucky horses and college basketball, and that's true, but we're more than that.
Yeah, we're a lot more than bourbon and basketball and horses. And it's that perception that is not really been changed. And I think something that's important in Lexington and Kentucky is definitely emerging towards it, is embracing having our own sound and not necessarily trying to have I don't even say knockoff, but just a Chicago-sounding beat or Atlanta-sounding style tracks. Kentucky hasn't had its own run because people can identifiably say this is some Kentucky shit. And Bryson definitely had something that sounded familiar to the ear with its sonic style, but was unique, and that's what made it so just groundbreaking for its release. And I know when I put this stuff out, people are definitely going to say there's some Kentucky stuff too. When that separation comes, that's when the wave's just really going to open up.
Not only with Bryson, but with the success that the Nappy Roots had back in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
And they are going to be at Cosmic Charlie's this soon. So.
Thursday night.
Yeah.
Thursday night. Tomorrow night, I believe. Trifection's putting that on as well. Shout out Trifection for that. But Nappy Roots forebears and laying stuff down. Even Cunning Linguists, real hip-hop heads are all the way into Cunning Linguists. I'm familiar with their stuff for Wonderology and the features they've had with Freddie Gibbs, Big Crit, anything else. But, as far as rap goes, Deacon and No and just that entire group is groundbreaking for Kentucky. And it just doesn't get the press because it's not something that's on the radio. You're not going to hear Cunning Linguists, but that's okay because that's identifiably Kentucky. And we got to have more people that have that mesh where it's still identifiably Kentucky, but unique enough. And Bryson's the first one that's had that crossover, and I'm confident I can do that too.
You definitely have what it takes, man, for sure. And there's a lot of artists out there. There's a lot of artists out there that has what it takes. I guess at the end of the day is what fans want to hear. And if fans want to hear more Scotty Frys, they're gonna let people know about it.
Right.
They're gonna go all over the radio stations. They're gonna, for us fans, it's a matter of word of mouth.
Mhm.
Not just listening to the music, but go to these shows.
Spreading it, yeah. And
It's
that's why I've decided to put it out for free, because if it's for free, then there's no aspect of, I might lose something for it. I just want people to hear it and share it. And I feel like good music, any artist that really breaks through, you look at ASAP when he first came out, just down the line, when you hear something that's really kind of new and unique, it hits your ear like it's familiar, but you don't know why you haven't heard it before. I feel like that's that bridge that has to be gapped, where you have your music at a level where people hear it and they're like, why isn't this out there more? And I've had people that have heard this new tape, and more than one, 3 or 4 asked me if I'm signed to a label yet, and that's the reaction I want, because if I can grind independently and make it sound that good, then what could I do if I get a co-sign? You know?
absolutely, man, absolutely. So if you could have that dream collaboration, it could be with any artist, local, independent, mainstream, whatever, dead or alive, any genre for that matter. What would that dream collaboration be?
Man, there's so many options because there's so many influential artists and matchups and ideas that are in my head right now. But two that stand out to me, the first that came in my head was Guru from Gangstar. If I could have a feature from him, that's one of the most influential rappers that I've ever listened to and grew up listening to, and just showed to me how powerful lyrics are. And I mean, thinking of him just made me jump over to Most. I'd say probably the number one artist is Most Def, because Most is really who got me into writing and just the power of what lyricism holds. And I mean, I would say Most and Bob Marley. That might be cliche, maybe Peter Tosh instead, but something so cool. I guess it's Yasin Bey now, since Most is gone ghost. But yeah, his influence and impact on the game is just unquestioned.
Awesome choices, man. Especially Most Def for sure. He's definitely a pioneer for conscious rap, really making you think through his lyrics. Nothing flashy, nothing too fancy. Just get straight to the point.
Everything makes sense, and that's the thing. I feel like really good rap is something where it describes actual life, but it's coherent and clever and sharp. It's not just repetitive or moaning, anything like that. It's just some really on top of it shit. And I mean, Most Definitely Talib Kweli, the Black Star album, that's one of my favorite albums of all time. I'll put any project from the Roots up there too, but Most's verse on the song Thieves in the Night is probably one of the 5 best rap verses of all time. Like, just bar for bar, he's, I feel like, unparalleled. I mean, there's so many really good artists out there, but I don't want to collab with a Young Thug. I don't care about Future, things like that. There's a lot of good sounds and things out there, but Most would definitely be my dream collaboration.
That will be very dope. And I hear that Talib Kweli, he's going to be at Lexington this September at the Lyric Theater. And
That's awesome. Yeah,
just,
he's done a speech previously at UK as well, so I guess he's coming back to the area.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to buy my ticket for that for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to be seeing you in there.
Yeah, so Scotty Frys, be on the lookout for him. New America coming soon. And it's free, so no excuses to not check this album out. Not because of free, but just to hear the music. Obviously,
Yes, sir.
you can follow. You can follow him on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle?
It's at Spike, then Lean. So just 2 words, Spike Lean. Or if you type in Scotty Frys, type the same as on SoundCloud, and you can find my profile from that.
Well, man, it was great chatting with you. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate it. Continued success. I'm definitely looking forward to New America when it comes out. And hopefully we'll see each other in person in the future, for sure.
Yeah, man, very soon. And maybe I'll have a follow-up call in a little bit. I'm going to let you know how everything's going.
Yeah, we will definitely do that for sure. Again, New America for Scotty Frys coming real soon. Be on the look, and while you wait for that, check out Late Nights. That's the one of the songs that's out. So again, thank you to Scotty Frys. My name is Kenny Cummings. So chilling with Jeff and Kenny C. This will conclude the interview, and of course, please support local music. Let people know that local music is out there all over Kentucky and all over your neck of the woods. One.